Greetings to all. Today is Saturday, the 27th of June, 2015, and this is a live broadcast of the Human Colonies channel, and we are gathered today for our regular webinar with Jim and our wonderful facilitator slash magician manager is Sabrina. Sabrina, welcome, and please do take the mic.
Thank you, Jaguar, for that intro. We welcome you back. We're glad you're here. And Safira also, haven't seen in a while, Safira. And we have new members here. Julie, Ashraf, welcome. I'm glad you were able to get in the hangout. And we were having a little tough technical difficulties earlier, but all is good now. So I want to welcome Jim and everybody in the room with Jim. Jim, would you like to introduce everyone?
Oh, that's in my area here?
Yes.
Okie dokie. We have Raymond to my left, your right, and John, he's a first-timer here. Hello. And we have Helga and Sandy and Francine. So we have 5 here today. It's a little bit more comfortable, a little more roomy today, so that's a good thing. Last week we were packed out, and we had a squeaky chair, and I replaced that with a different one today. So, yeah. So anyway, welcome everybody, and I'm going to ask to see who you want to be channeled today. Anybody have any suggestions? We already had Lakesh.
Lakesh.
Yes.
Lakesh is always welcome. Also, yes. It would be good to speak to somebody from the Federation of Light.
Okay.
Since they seem to have a different perspective on things, it would be good to hear from them.
Okay. Their perspective is different, but their goal is the same, so it's interesting. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So that it would be interesting to hear from one of them. I know there's one called Salusa.
Salusa. Okay. Who
I
else?
would invite Rujan, I would invite Rujan.
Okay, Rujan.
Rujan or Metatron.
Metatron.
I want to still invite Bob Marley also.
Who? I didn't hear that.
Bob Marley.
No.
You're very muffled. I couldn't make that out.
He said Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. Okay.
Arcturian.
Arcturian.
And Jaguar seconds what I said.
Oh, okay. Jaguar seconds it. And you were thinking Giuliano.
I was thinking an Arcturian, Giuliano being the commander, but one who is involved with not only protecting the Earth, but has their hands in some of the ongoings in space.
Oh, okay. So not Giuliano necessarily.
Fine,
yeah.
He would, I think, be involved in all that. Although
yes.
for protection, not
okay. Very good. Alrighty then. Anybody else? And then I'm going to go into see you later.
Angels are invited always.
Metatron.
Angels, Jim?
Metatron was here last week. Yes.
Okay.
Metatron was here last week.
No, Noha says angels.
Oh, angels, yeah.
Always invited.
Always invited. The ones that contact me are Raphael, Gabriel, Yahyel, and Michael. Those are the ones that I've been in contact.
And he will do. Thank you.
Okay. Those 4 I know. The Elohim are always welcome. Oh, we have a whole cast of characters here to choose from. So,
yes, someday I would like to hear from the elves.
Yes, they are interesting energy. Yes, very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, our favorite, Grindal.
So that we.
Oh, Grindal. Oh,
Grindal wants
that's
to
all you have to do is say his name. He'll be here.
Oh, yes, please.
Grindal will be here then. If you say his name, he'll show up sometime. So he never passes up an opportunity. So I warn you that he'll be here. Okay. All right. I will see you all later. Thank you very much, and I hope all of you get a lot out of what they have to say at this time, and their perspective is so interesting. So much love to you all, and I will see you later.
Thank you, Jim. We so appreciate you.
Thank you, Jim, for being there and doing this. Let's see. Let's see.
Aye. I'm Rujan.
Welcome, Rujan.
Oh, thank you for coming, Rujan. Thank you.
I am Rujan, and I have only come to speak about balance, to precede your thoughts about the different things that you involve yourself in, that involve also balance, because many of you go too far in one direction or another, and you cannot control the information as well if you are not balanced within yourself. Now, it is interesting that you find the heart chakra at the center to be what you call upon for balance. However, the third dimension must have the fourth dimension and the third dimension meeting at the heart chakra for balance to be maintained. Do you understand that? Some of you go off on fourth dimension and you do ground yourself through, but you do not balance the system with energy. So balance the system with the energy, because then you will be able to bring more information back in the sense that it will be able to be understood. We speak about this a lot. I hear them speak to you a lot about being able to bring the information back properly, but balance, there's many things about balance you must know. Is your body balanced with your spirit? Is your spirit balanced with your emotions? Are things equally there? Are things being used in the proper manner? Yes, it is part. Some of the information will come through even if you are not balanced. However, the greater portion will be good, but there will be some flaws in it because there is not the correct balance going on within the body. Do you understand that? The brain will be connected down through the earth, but if your energy systems are not in the full realm of run, if there's blockages, there could also be blockages in the thought processes and in the heart chakras. So make sure that when you start, you do this. You have seen this before. The connection of the circuit of your energies. Make sure you can feel the energy moving between the hands. And you will know that your energy system is not blocked. If you do this, and you cannot feel the energy systems, then you must do a meditation and find the blockages in your energy systems. Is there any questions?
Yes, Rujan, hello.
Hello.
This is Saphira. You have spoken through me a few times.
Yes.
Can you please tell us who you are and where you're from, please?
I have already told you that.
Well, for everybody.
I am more in the spirit realm. We do not have bodies here. We are thought to be spirits, and we come below God in the realm of... I would not know what to call it for everyone to understand. But it is below the God realm, but higher than a realm that would be known as Elohim. There are many realms in the spirit. Creativity with God is very much a part of who He is. And so He creates spiritual realms, because spiritual realms are something that He enjoys. He enjoys all realms of understanding, of course, but there cannot be just one spiritual realm, because He would not be able to express Himself fully with just one spiritual realm. So there are many. And He moves within them and creates, as He does, the thought processes that He wishes to build with each one, and having them be part of Him is a great understanding for the worlds around, because He brings a different insight, perception, and thought process to each spiritual realm, so that they can understand a portion of who God is in a full way.
Thank you. Do you and I have some spiritual connection? Is that why you spoke through me?
You were open, and I saw that your connection was good, and I could make a connection, and therefore it was done.
I see. Because I had a vision some time ago that with Elohim in it, and I think there's some Elohim connection as well.
You would speak to them about that.
I see. Okay. Thank you. Can you explain more specifically, in a practical sense, about bringing the fourth dimension into balance with our third dimensional life? So, because people try to be good and do good things for others, and is that not bringing fourth dimension into third in any case?
Many ways. There are many ways to bring fourth dimension into third, and third dimension into fourth, but all I am speaking about is the balance of the two. You must have the balance to be able to bring the information back from fourth dimension that will be properly understood by third dimension. We speak about this many times because it is an important part of what has to happen for the ascension, and so it is repeated many times. However, perhaps each time it is spoken about in a different way, so that someone might finally connect where they could not connect before. The balance is created through many already, and they do not even need to listen to me today. But today there are some that will actually balance through their connections with fourth dimensional energy and third dimensional energy, meeting at the heart, but building on their energy and emotional energies as well. This will help them even more to be more clear, to be more understood, to bring everything into one thought process. Let the mind know what resonates within the body.
Well, is prayer also fourth dimensional energy coming into third when people pray? Would that be the same thing?
That is third dimensional energy moving into fourth.
Yes, but I mean the energy exchange during prayer. If people feel their heart full of love and praying for others, that kind of thing.
It does not always work that way. It depends on the prayer, the individual, and the intent. You cannot use prayer in such a general way with me because I can see different prayers and from different perceptions, and some will get through to from a third to a fourth dimension and be answered from the fourth dimension, but others will not move through the fourth dimension because they are stifled by disbelief. Even though they are praying, they are not believing what they are praying about. There are different scenarios with prayer, and even though some of it will get through to the fourth dimension, if there is not a belief system in place, if there is not something that is attached to the fourth dimension, it will be somewhat, I should say somewhat, filtered. It is the way of spirit. When the spirit is pure, it moves purely. When the spirit is full of darkness or doubt, it moves in that way.
Jack?
Thank you, Rujan. Thank you.
Yes.
You are welcome.
Yes, thank you, Sabrina. Greetings. I have a question. You've talked about the convergence of third and fourth dimension in the heart center or heart chakra. My question is, or rather, I would like to hear about your perspective of the physics of the magnetic monopole, which sits in the same area and causes the convergence of those planes.
Yes. What would you like to know about that?
I would like to hear about your perspective on the physics of it, how these different planes of existence collapse and are compressed into our individual experience through the magnetic monopole.
It is the way it is because of how you are created with the chakra system. Do you understand that first? Because
yes.
The monopole is a part of you. The part that is outside of you, coming from the outside, but still is a part of you because it is made to be worked with you. Do you understand that? There is that manifestation of the energy of it, the electromagnetic transference. Because the heart is the center of all the chakras, this is where the monopole is. Not in the brain, not in the soul, but here in the heart chakra, so it can bring these two energies together in a harmonious way. Now, the physics of it are very difficult to explain to everyone because it is not something that humanity is all aware of. But it combines the two energies and brings them into one energy. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, and I do understand the quite obscure nature of my question, but it is relevant because we have not yet discovered from a scientific standpoint the physics of the magnetic monopole.
I see. I understand now why you ask. This is a convergence of energy, but it is also a blending of energy. But it's not only that. It is a release of energy as well. This is brought together, two different kinds of energies, and they are converged together to make one energy that moves outward. Now, why does it move outward? Is because that is where the energy needs to go. It needs to move out so that it can bring the information to the places that it needs to go within the body, the mind, the spirit, and the emotions, because there is more than one set of information being transferred. So far, do you follow me?
Yes.
All righty then. Then you see that that energy moves throughout the body, mind, soul, and spirit for different messages and for different, we'll use the word balance again because that is how it helps. But if there is a blockage in the soul, the spirit, or the emotion, or the mind, if there is a blockage there, then the whole system has to be realigned. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Before I go any further, the system must be realigned because it must move around the blockages. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And so therefore, not all the information is transferred. And there is where you find that you do not have the full message, or the message has changed in some way because there is blockages in the system, energy or emotion-wise, or in some cases mentally, where they do not believe that the message that is coming through is pure, and so they have to be worked around. The energy works around these blockages to give as much good information as possible. Now, the physics of it are extraterrestrial in the sense that it's a more spiritual transformation than it is of a mechanical one. Do you understand that?
Yes, and I do understand that I'm referring to the mechanical plane, and
Yes.
that's the perspective from which I was asking the question, and you are answering it from several perspectives. So
Correct.
thank you for pointing that out. Please do
Yes.
continue.
Yes, it is from an electronical perspective in some senses because electromagnetic energy exists in your world as well as in many other places in the universe, as you know. So that in that sense, that makes it more understandable to the third dimension because that particular energy exists in your world and is utilized in a way that is understandable to you. Now, that electromagnetic energy is also pulling in other energies that you are not aware of, but actually other energies are pulling at the electromagnetic energy, I should say, to be more accurate. And those are spiritual energies, and they are attuned to the chakra system. Attuned, they have to be perfectly attuned to that particular chakra system. And how do they do that? The spirit of the soul and the higher self and the oversoul are united in their abilities to do this, and they can draw the information from the third dimensional world as well. Do you understand that part?
Yes.
Very good. Since you are with me so far, now is where it gets difficult to understand, because there is supernatural, what you would call supernatural involvement here. The changing of the energies into a different energy is supernatural. It is not something that comes in the natural world. The fourth dimensional energy and the third dimensional energy do not always unite in a natural way. Do you understand that? And this becomes like oil and water. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And so therefore, the energies that are coming together are not actually drawing together, but the electromagnetic field gives them a charge, one negative and one positive. Do you understand that part?
Yes.
And so therefore they can unite in a magnetic way. But the spirits that come through in that magnetic charge, in that union, become something different. And that is what comes out. And that is the knowledge that comes through the body and is involved with the brain, the spirit, the emotion, and whatever it needs to be involved with, the different messages of it. Is that a good enough explanation for you?
Yes, and I would like to try and ground it and make it also actionable and practical, if I would be so allowed to, by saying that
it has to be grounded for it to work.
Yes.
It has to be grounded. You must ground through the third dimension, up through Mother Earth, as you call her, and down through the fourth dimension and meeting at the heart. That is the only way that it will work at all.
Yes. So far, our physicists have been looking for the magnetic monopole outside of the human body, but it sits inside the human body. So my question to ground this discussion would be, from your perspective, what practical actions could we take to assist our scientific community, specifically the physics community, in seeking for the magnetic monopole inside the body instead of outside?
They would have to, this is what they would have to do. They would have to monitor someone that is going through a system where they are bringing the two energies together. This is the only way they will find it. They could not find it any other way. It will exist there while the energies are being blended, while they are being charged and brought into usefulness, and that is the only time that it will be apparent that it is actually there.
Yes, thank you.
So to monitor someone that is having perhaps a channel session or the beginnings of a spiritual connection, bringing information in from the fourth dimension and connecting it to the heart chakra, they would have to monitor that. It is the only way they will find it, because that's when it exists. Spiritually, it is a technology, but it is created by spirit. And so they would not be able to detect it without being involved in the actual convergence of these two energies. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you very much. I had a sense that this question would throw the discussion into a trajectory which is quite obscure and not relatable for the majority of those who are in the audience at this moment in time and in future viewings of this recording. So I would try and ground this discussion by saying that the magnetic monopole is discussed within the context of human design system as being responsible for the illusion of separate and individual experience as human beings. And therefore it is a key in our frame of physics to be able to understand how it is possible to have spiritual experiences, reincarnation, and several other phenomena that so far are deemed as unexplainable from our current understanding and current frame of science, and would throw our frame of science into a whole new level of actuality and truth. So those are some of the implications of a potential discovery of the magnetic monopole from a scientific standpoint. So with that said, I would invite you to continue if you would like.
I would like to continue because that was one example of how to see the magnetic monopole. Now, you will not see it on natural and normal occasions. Do you understand that? It is not visible to the naked eye. It is not visible to instrumentation or technology. It is visible when there are spiritual activities happening. And therefore, that is when they need to monitor and find where it is, because that it will suggest where it must be at that time for that particular spiritual activity to occur, for that particular exceptional spiritual activity to occur. Do you understand that? It does
Yes.
not always have to be balanced for the monopole to exist, but it does have to be an energetic, extrasensory experience. But balance is very important. The thing is, it cannot work with those places that are not balanced, and those places, there is always some balance within the body, otherwise you could not survive. Do you understand that? And therefore, there is always some balance and some way for it to work, even in those places that are not necessarily very balanced. But you will find that it will not be as strong.
Thank you. With all of that explored so far, I would invite other questions and other topics if you would like to share.
Julie, you're muted. You're muted.
Sorry. Okay. I just have a question about the angelic realm.
Yes.
I do. I'm a channel in a way that I can connect with spirit guides and angels and give messages to
Yes.
client readings. So how does the angelic realm connect with other galactic beings, not just humans on Earth?
Very much the same way that they connect with you, except that they are different levels of density, and therefore it can be easier in some levels of density to connect with them, and sometimes harder because they are of similar realms, and therefore when you're too close to the realm of angels, it makes it slightly harder because you seem to want to move in a greater way toward the other person, and this will make that you move through them instead of connect with them. So with the angelic realm and the third dimension, it is actually the best connection in the sense that it is the most solid connection because you are so solid and they can come to you in a more solid way. So therefore, your connections, and it is interesting for you also, the information that angels give to third dimension is much stronger because they are pulling you up with them. They are pulling you into another understanding and another spirituality. So their connection with you becomes very strong. And they can connect with you and give information in a greater way because you are so solid. And because they were created originally to deal with third dimension, because that's what was created first, second, and third dimensions. So they were created soon afterwards to involve themselves with those three dimensions. And then God created other dimensions and other densities and many things like that. But they were especially attuned to those earlier dimensions, first, second, and third. And so they can connect with you in a greater way than the fourth, fifth, or sixth.
I see. Thank you.
Sharon?
Hello. I just had a question. I don't feel as connected to my body, and I was wondering if you could give any of us some advice to connect and balance our bodies with our spirit minds.
In what way do you not feel connected? There are several ways you cannot feel connected to the body. Explain to me how you feel about your body.
That's a hard question to answer.
Let me then try to answer without your giving me a definition.
Okay.
You do not feel connected to the body because it is not something that you want to feel a connection with at times. You want to leave the body out of the equation because it seems to pull you down instead of make you go up. The body pulls you down and it does not make you go up. Is this how you feel?
Yes, kind of.
Is it that there is part of the body that brings you unsatisfactory feelings?
Yes.
Is it the part of the body that is the heart?
No.
I see. I understand better now. Thank you for answering those questions. Now I can proceed in a greater way. So now I can see that you are trying to move up spiritually in your fourth dimensional energy and have a good contact with it, actually, and are meditating in a way that brings these things into perspective. However, the knowledge that you are getting is not connected to Mother Earth. But you still understand it, but you cannot explain it to anyone. Is this true?
Yes. And I also, I don't choose to talk about that anymore.
Now, in your next, how often do you meditate?
Lately, I've been doing it every day if I can.
Do this for me. The next few meditations that you do, intention that you connect to Mother Earth, that you connect all the way down to her through your body, your emotions, your spirit, and everything that is there. I know that you do not like some of the things that are bothering you in the body. I understand I will not bring that to light, but I do understand it very well. And I understand the spirit that is within you is hungry for other things. Hungry for other thought processes about the body. This is very, very, very good. I am glad for that. However, you cannot deny your third dimensional being. You cannot deny your body. You cannot deny who you are because your body is part of the perfect self that you are. And you are perfect. I see the perfect head and the body. So now, intend that you feel the body. Intend in these meditations that you ground the body, that you love the body, because you're not loving the body. In some sense. It might be emotional, it might be physical, you might be just energetically not feeling the body. But I'm going to leave you with that. Your intentioned meditation. There are many ways not to feel the body, and many ways to start feeling the body. Third dimension is very physical. Very physical. And you have denied yourself some of those physical things. Have you not?
Yes.
Then,
thank you.
I will stop there unless you have another part to your question.
I guess as far as feeling the energy like you were talking about, if you aren't feeling the energy with your hands, then you may need to do an intention meditation. Can you explain to me, like, maybe a good intention to connect besides grounding to Mother Earth?
Yes. Intend that you love yourself. I think that you do love yourself in some ways, but you intend that you love yourself as a full person, a full body, a full mind, and a third-dimensional being. Start with that. Do this and feel your circuitry. After you do your intentioned meditation, you should feel your circuitry then. And then Mother Earth will accept you.
That's lovely. Thank you so much.
You have accepted her. She must now come up through you. Let your feet feel her and her energy and her love, her vitality, because sometimes you do not find yourself feeling the vitality of third dimension. I see you thinking and saying, do I or do I not? Perhaps you understand that there are some things missing now. You are third dimensional. Touch is important. Touch is important. An exchange of energy is important. Do not only live in the spiritual. I know that you do not. There are physical things you do, I'm sure. But sometimes you do not want to involve yourself in the third dimension. And it is important for your grounding and for your physicality to be involved in the third dimension in a very real way. This may be speaking to other people as well, so do not take it all for yourself. I am also speaking to two other people that have some similar indications that they are not feeling their body properly. Sexuality in the third dimension is also healthy if you feel that it is. Do not be burdened by things of other people. It must resonate with you to be good and not others to tell you that it's not good. Remember that about third dimension. Others will tell you many things that they believe is not good for you from the third dimension, but you must resonate what is good for you. And sometimes those things seem like they do not resonate with other people because their bodies are different. Their actions and understandings and perceptions of spirituality are different. Their needs in their body are different. So you must be who you are in your perfect self and not have people telling you who you are because they do not know for sure. Only you do. So therefore, resonate with yourself on those things that should be done with your third dimensional life. That is all.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, this is Shirley. Nice to be with you in this moment. Blessings.
It's nice to be with you as well.
Thank you very much. I'm wondering to know, you know, when I'm going to see movies like Tomorrow's Land, for example, I'm very sensitive to this kind of E.T.'s movie, you know, all of about this subject, and I feel I'm very concerned about it. And It's very special. I wanted to know if there is a link with maybe downloads or something. I don't know.
Are you talking about negative alien experiences in the film world?
Oh, no, no. It was in Tomorrow's Land, like, you know, the Chosen ones. They have a pins in this movie, the Chosen ones, and it seems like it was a call for me. I don't know.
Ah, I see. It is a positive experience. I was
Yes, very
trying to
positive
understand
experience.
what you were talking about. This
Very beautiful.
particular video, movie, whatever it is that you call it.
No, no,
Yes,
Tomorrow's Land, yeah.
there is connections to you when you see truth. The truth
Yes.
connects to other
Yes.
things. You see, anytime you see truth, not only when it is in a film or a book or anything, every connection of positivity that you feel can come when you are seeing something that resonates with you. So
Exactly. Yeah.
this particular media for you excites you and makes you feel things in a more great way. And therefore, yes, you connect with the positivity of it in a greater way. Other things, you will connect to it in a way, but it may not be as great because this is more emotionally stimulating. And that is how you can create a greater connection, is through the emotions. So yes, you are getting a download of some sort from the energy of the movie, yes. But there are those that want to connect with you from other places.
Okay, which ones?
Which places? I have not yet found out which places.
Okay. But am I connected to reptilians or some kind?
I say that again.
Yes? Yeah, sorry. Am I connecting also with the reptilians? Are they watching me or not? I don't feel so, but I don't know.
No, you are not being so much watched anymore. You have decided what you are doing, and you are moving in a direction that you have decided, and so therefore they have little to do with you at this time. Your intents are much stronger than their intents, and so everything is moving in a way that is positive.
Yeah, with much love. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Okay. And I try very hard to channel, and I try to meditate. So I feel a pressure on my forehead, but it's still not working. So I don't know if I have some capacities to do so, or I don't know.
Let me put it this way. Yes, you have the capacity to channel. You have that openness to do so. However, the forehead is not where they will come in.
Okay.
Even the pressure on your forehead, let it go. The third eye is trying to open and show you.
Yeah, I asked for opening.
It is not there that they are coming in. So do not focus there. Let your body open. Let your mind open. Let it be that these passages of channels, these channels open so that they can come into at least say hello.
Okay.
But do not worry that you are not channeling yet. It is that humanity channels at the time that they are given to channel, and you are still learning how to open yourself up to this, and you are still learning that the mind is full of many mysteries, and other things will open up to you as well as you find that your channeling energy comes. Now,
thank you.
Do not try. The word try in channeling does not work, especially from the human standard and point of view. You cannot try to channel. You either channel or you don't.
Okay.
You either channel or you don't. That's all there is to it. It comes naturally.
Okay.
Meditation can help because meditations can be intended to open these channels, and that is a wonderful and beautiful thing, and then that will help with your actually being able to channel.
Okay. Thank you. And the last question is, a being told me I'm not going to see my hybrid children in 3D, physically, I mean. And another being, Taker, told me, yes, I'm going to see them. So I wanted to know what you think about that, because I wish very much this would be my highest excitement to see them physically. So
the other person
yeah.
that said you would not see them meant that you would not see them soon, but you will see them, because first contact, when it comes, you will be able to see all your children and all the things that are meant for you to be seen that are not seen now.
Okay, and to be done, because I want to help you, and I'm sure I have a mission with you guys. So okay.
Understood. Yes.
I'm preparing myself to that. Yeah. And okay, just the last one. Sorry, guys. I would like to have more infusion about Elohim, because I honor you and I love you.
Then you speak to Elohim, because I do not have their DNA.
Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you. I pass the mic. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello,
Love you.
this is Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Hello. One of my questions have been relating to what Sharon had asked, and balancing the two energies, also in balancing the information that it's received and coming from many different angles and many different points of view, and I guess discerning what is for you and what isn't. If you could speak a little bit about that.
I do not know your physiology well. If this is a question about your physiology, as Sharon asked, then I do not know about the physicality as much as the spirituality of your beings. So I am understanding, however, that your beings are fragile.
Yeah, no, I'm asking more about how to learn to discern when information comes.
It's a spiritual question.
It's a spiritual question. When information comes from different points of view, and you don't resonate, but it also just, at least within me, it has created some disturbance where it's.
Why do you let it disturb you if it does not resonate with you?
Because of the source where it's coming from.
There are many perspectives in source. We all see a portion of God from a different perspective, and you can only see a portion of God because He is so vast. That is a portion that you can see. Perhaps the portion that they are seeing will not pertain to you as much, and the portion that you are viewing of God pertains to you in a greater way. I understand now. Yes. You're talking about higher self and soul and other things like this.
Yes.
Resonate with the truth. Find your resonation with it. Does it not resonate? And what parts do not resonate? And what parts do? If any part does, then go with that part. If it does not, then leave it alone for now. Perhaps later it will resonate. Perhaps it is too soon for this truth for you. Perhaps it was too late for this truth for you. It is something that is of perspective, something that is of spirit. So the spirit will speak to you, who have free will and understanding of the spirit inside of you. So let it resonate for what it is. Do not take other resonations that are not for you and bring it in to bother you. That is not a good thing. That will only cause more problems. So they may have been speaking out of turn, so to speak. And this happens on the third dimension because the fourth dimensional beings that are your higher selves sometimes are too advanced or too detailed, or it does not matter. They sometimes can be in error as well. You would think that they would not, but they are. But the God creature within them can be flawed as well. In the Oversoul, you are perfect, but they are not in the Oversoul. So they cannot always expect perfection from themselves even. So therefore, they are volunteers to help you grow. And if they do not help you grow, perhaps they need to change out.
Okay. My other question was that has brought confusion is I'm sure you can see there are others influencing me from what it seems, and nobody seems to know who they are and how to take care of it.
I know who they are.
And I'm sort of feeling powerless at the moment.
One moment. I know who they are. They are the time travelers. One that travels in time.
Thank you very much.
What is their role? This particular group has a malevolent role. They want to take over things. They've learned how to travel in time, as you call it. It's not time, but it travel in perspectives, dimensions throughout the universe and cause havoc, because if they can affect the past in their favor, it will be that they will be in power of many things, and this is what they want. However, in your case, they will not be able to win this particular case. You already know that they exist. You already know what they are trying to do, and so therefore I will stop them from returning.
Okay, thank you.
There is a stop on their time travel at this time. Although there is no such thing as time, I'm using words that you might be able to at least correspond with or understand. I'm not sure what word is there.
Yes, yes, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Rujan, may I ask you a question?
Of course.
Yes, I would like to bring back the topic that so courageously was brought up before, about connecting to the body. This is something that, from my perspective, seems very, very frequent, very relevant for several that are present and that will see this recording. So with that said, I would like to hear your perspective on the purpose of being in the human form, for having incarnated, and the importance of being deeply connected with this form and experiencing it fully. Because from my perspective, if we're in this life and we're not living it fully, it doesn't make sense, it's not fruitful. But please, I would like to hear your perspective on that.
There are people that come to that third dimension not to experience it fully, and that is the purpose. There are those that come to that dimension to experience it fully, and that's the purpose. There are things to be learned, things to be experienced that they want to experience. That's part of the purpose. Where I am and the purpose that I carry with me is that I want to experience the spiritual realm and connect it with the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever dimension that you would have, and see how relevant and how much I can learn from you and you can learn from me. Let's go back to the third dimension. There are those with the thoughts that they do not want to experience truth. They want to know what it's like not to experience truth. Why would you have that? Because then you could train people after being in that situation. You can understand those that do not want to understand truth in the third dimension, and bring them to an understanding of it in a way that they would be most appreciative and most learned about it, and be able to share it with the Oversoul, and be able to share it with eternity. And so that is why there are an infinite amount of situations, an infinite amount of experiences that are to be had, because they are to be shared and perhaps re-experienced, or have someone sparked that they want to experience what this was, to get a greater understanding of it for their pleasure in the Oversoul.
Very well. For those that are experiencing this lifetime in the form, in the human form, and that need to ground themselves, that are disconnected, as one of the members brought up so bravely, could you give some pointers, some techniques, some practices for people that are experiencing that difficulty to best cope with it and ground themselves and connect with the body?
It has been my experience with your third dimension, which is not very much, that grounding happens through the intention of grounding. You must intend it for a meditation, and I find many that are not grounded do not meditate very well, and cannot meditate very well because their intentions are not given. They are not intending, they're just moving into a meditation blindly to take them where they will. But if you would like to intention your meditations for grounding, this is very important. Also, there is something that just came from me from some other person here about rooting yourself into Mother Earth, making sure that you can feel that your roots are grounded in Mother Earth, and you can feel the energy coming up, that you walk barefoot on Mother Earth as well, so that you can feel her skin and know her touch and know her energy in a way that is skin on skin. So therefore, these things that someone has just presented to me are valuable, because then you bring that energy up, and you become a tree, and the limbs reach into the fourth dimension. And that is where you bring down the energy from the fourth dimension and bring up the energy from the third dimension to meet at the heart. Now, I could go on and on about different ways to ground yourself, because third dimension can be very grounding if you are a worker of the land, or if you grow gardening, if you are sexually active. Some of these connections can be very grounding if you intend them to be. They can also be very non-grounding if you intend them to be. But if you intend your everyday work life, your everyday life to ground you in third dimension, to feel the third dimension in the way that it is to be experienced, at least partially experienced, then you can bring yourself into a grounding situation. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, very much so. Thank you for sharing that, for it is practical and relatable, and that's very useful. At this time, there's a feel of a shift for another entity. Maybe Lakesh would be available. Could you please check with him?
Yes.
Thank you very much for all your sharing.
Thank you for sharing with me. I will return to my home.
Thank you for coming and sharing.
Thank you, Rujan.
Namaste.
Blessings.
And a safe return.
Blessings.
Hello. Oh.
Welcome, Lakesh.
Hello. How are you?
We're good. We're good.
That is very well. Very good for you. I am glad.
We have Tasha here that would like to ask you a question.
Ah, Tasha, how are you?
Hi, Lakesh. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely. Yes.
I just wanted to ask you, what part do I play in the Hucolo family?
Ah, you are just new to Hucolo family, are you not?
I'd say a couple of weeks, 3-4 weeks.
Yes, that is very new.
Yes.
And you're just finding a place, and you're seeing that all the different people here are wonderful, and learning how to move forward with them, and talking about many spiritual things. You are learning how to be your perfect self. You are your perfect self. Your interaction with human colony is very important. You know many things that need to be said. So I see that you will one day be a channeler as well. But there are other things that you must learn on your own about yourself in your involvement with the human colony. No one comes to human colony by accident. Not by accident. Not at all.
Well,
so therefore you must know that there is something there with you.
Yes.
You feel a connection.
Yes, I do. I found you guys through Treb, and I have a lovely relationship with Treb.
Treb is wonderful, yes.
And I was very grateful to be able to communicate with these lovely people on a daily basis, because that's what we need, you know?
Yes, you need the fellowship and the community of the Ascension. And that is what human colony provides that very few others do, is a connection 24 hours of day, because you can find someone on human colony any time of the day.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yeah.
I found out, one more question. Ivan told me a few nights ago that I had 3 hybrid children. Is that true?
You have how many?
3 hybrid children?
I will ask to Kerr.
Thank you, please.
Because she takes care of that information.
Okay.
One moment, please.
Thank you.
I don't speak Lyran all that well. It's hard for me, but I think I got through.
Yes, it's confirmed. It's 3.
Yes, confirmed. Very good.
Okay. Thank you very much. It was lovely meeting you, Lakesh.
Lovely meeting you as well.
Much love.
Much love.
Mm-hmm. Johan.
Hello, Lakesh.
Hello.
Hello. This is Johannes. I just want to question you about my higher self. Can you tell me a little bit about my higher self?
Your higher self has to tell you about your higher self. I can tell you that you have a very good higher self. I can tell you that they want to speak to you, but I cannot tell you about him because he needs to introduce himself. That is the protocol that we follow. We do not like to push names onto people if they would like to introduce themselves differently, perhaps. Perhaps in a more complete way or a less complete way. So I let your higher self talk to you and let your higher self identify himself and give you the messages that he would have you to know. But I know that he is very interesting and that you will love him very much.
I guess. Thank you. I have 2 more questions about my chakras, if they are in balance or if
I can check that for you. One moment. You were talking about your chakras?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, your blue chakra, blue throat chakra, is a little light, so I will darken it for you. There is something that you need to say to someone, or something that you said that you shouldn't have. So therefore, I am going to brightening it. Other chakras are all well.
Thank you. And one last question. Maybe I should ask you to Ticker or anybody working with DNA infusion. I want to be infused with some good aliens. So
Which one would you like?
Well, this is why I'm asking for recommendations.
I will have Ticker set recommendations for you.
Yes, please.
Yes. She says. Lyran is also good, but that is what she is, and she also loves Lyran in humans. She finds it very interesting and very effective, but she also likes the effects of Arcturian in humans very much. But there are very many others. There are Pleiadian, Yahyel, Fendorian. So you must think about it, but she would suggest Yahyel and Arcturian. Are you there?
I resonate well with the Pleiadian and the second option I think you gave me. I don't remember. Yahyel and Pleiadian.
That is fine. I will let her know.
Thank you. That's all.
That is all.
Yes, thank you very much. Much love.
Much love to you as well.
Hello, Lakesh.
Hello.
I have a question about a dream.
Ah, dreams. Love dreams.
Yeah. Yes. This one, I'm not sure if I'm at Machu Picchu, but I see this UFO. It was on Thursday. I see this UFO, and it was really, really close to me and everybody. There were a lot of people there, and they all saw it, and I could almost touch it. And then all of a sudden it took off, and it took off so fast that there was almost like an outline left in the sky.
Ah. Interesting. Many people have been dreaming about unidentified objects being very close to them lately, and some people have actually in their awake time have seen unidentified objects very close to them. And so this is seems to be a reoccurring theme for you all down here, and it is because you are anticipating first contact and are looking forward to it very much. And so that is very much part of what you are dreaming about. It's right there, but yet it's not. That is what your dream told me. It was right there, and then it disappeared. So that is why you are feeling you want this contact, because in your case it means total healing of the body.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Lakesh. Yeah, because it was funny because I was like, where's my phone? Where's my phone?
I don't understand.
To take a picture.
No.
Oh. I thought you wanted to talk to them. All right. So I'm not. I was going to say I don't think they're on your network. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
That is entertaining for me. But yes, I understand now. Oh, there is phone. There is a photographic area in your phones. I see.
Yes.
I understand that. Yes.
Yes.
I just did not know why you were asking for your phone.
Yeah. And then I couldn't unlock it to take the picture, and it just left.
I'm studying Earth. You would have to call an operator, I'm sure. But anyway.
That was a good one. Okay. Saphira's next. Thank you, Lakesh.
Lakesh, hello. Hello, Lakesh. Long time no talk with. I haven't.
I talk with them all the time. But it is all right, yes. A long time.
Yes.
Would you like
good to see you here. Well, I wanted to ask you about love. What is the word for it in your language? What does it mean to you in your planet? Where and how is it felt? What types of love you have there? And how is it different from love as we describe and experience it here on Earth, from your experience with us?
There is at least 10 words for love on our planet. That means different kinds of love. Physical love, emotional love, friendship love. There is the love of nature. There is the love of the sky. There is the love of other worlds. There's love of people that are relatives, but they are not close. There's love expressed with grandchildren that are different, and with children that are different, and with spouses that are different as well. There is a violent love. There is a peaceful love. There are many, many, many kinds of love, and many different words. The most commonly used is the friendship love and the romantic love, which would be probably the physical love, or the well, actually, the romantic love is not necessarily always physical. So they have two different ways to say the same word. So sukha and sukhaya are the same love, but in different forms. One's romance, one's physical.
Oh, that's
and
very
friendship
nice.
love is say.
A sukha or sukhaya.
Sukha or sukhaya, whatever you want to say, how you want to say it. Your pronunciation does not matter to me because you are not talking to anyone on my planet.
Okay.
But you can re-listen to this and understand it just as well.
Ashraf is next.
And our love translates, there's many kinds of loves. You have the same thing on your planet. I don't think you have as many words because they're the same words in different languages, but they mean the same things many of the times. There are different words mean different things, different kinds of love. We are very specific with our love because we are very telepathic, and therefore if we just said love, people would be very confused. Do you love me? Do you want love? Yes. So that's why we have so many words for it, because we want to let them know specifically what we're talking about if we just say the word love. Now, because love, saying by the word by itself, can actually have a full meaning depending on the conversation.
Yes.
So therefore, you know the definitions of your word love and how they are taken and understood. So our word love has been broken down so that it can be very specifically told to people, and they would understand what kind of love that we're talking about. And many times we talk about friendship love in many conversations. Is part of our conversations.
You know, here on Earth, some people feel love, romantic love, for someone who doesn't feel it back. There's a lot of pain associated with love on our Earth. I'm assuming you don't have that much confusion and pain.
We have pain associated to love. Let me give you an example. I love my granddaughter very dearly, but my daughter and her husband do not love me loving her so much because I'm there too much. And they would prefer that I would not give as much advice on how to raise her because there is difficulties there. As parents do love to raise their children on their own, I must butt out. And that causes pain for me and for them when I butt in. So I try to be thoughtful. I just come and talk to the granddaughter, and I tell them, all right, I won't tell you what to do now, but let me give you a hint. Wet, wet, wet. You know, something like that. But anyway.
Okay, I have more questions, but I will stop now because many other people have questions. Thank you very much, Lakesh.
You're welcome.
Much love.
Yes, there are issues with love in all dimensions.
Yes.
But you're not
Okay.
as a human colony.
Thank you.
What are you doing on your home planet or where you are? What's your work?
I do studies. I'm a great learned person on my planet. I study, and I've many times am working with the information from Earth to bring it into correlation with our past histories as well. There are some similarities, but there's some vast differences in things like the industrial age and things of that nature, or in how telepathy was learned and things of that nature. So it is a very educational thing that I do. And as you reach another level of education, we have a celebration, of course, and that is when we share our jewelry and histories. So.
And how does that help the planet or just the whole galaxy?
It is what it is. It will be written down so people can learn about Earth. It will be part of the Akashic records. The Akashic records are the records of the universe, of course. And they are stored in the universe, but in a random form. Let me explain that to you. I find the Akashic records very interesting. They randomly select someone, well, not usually randomly, but sometimes randomly, to express something very, very important that they would have never expressed other than the universe giving them that idea. And it comes in full form, and it seems like a moment of genius, which it is for that person, but in truth, it is just the Akashic record bringing information to Earth. So therefore, this information that I put out to the Akashic record will be helpful for someone somewhere.
So specifically to the Earth, the Ascension, the ship,
Yes.
Gaia?
Oh, yes.
You're working in that area.
I am working with the history of your planet, with the history of my planet, to see the correlations, to see if there's a better way to help Ascension, to better communicate in ways that people will understand more. I think that's why people like me, is because I try to talk to them as they are the same as me.
Are you in contact with the Archons or Sirians?
I am in contact with many of these, yes. But they do not contact me personally, but I have much of their contact.
And what does that serve?
That serves for part of my education. Yes.
Ash?
Yeah, I'll go next. Hey Lakesh, this is Ashraf.
Hello.
Nice to see you again. So
nice to see you as well. All I see is your name, though, and an icon of your face. Very pleasant, but who? Yes. But that's all I see. There you are.
Hey.
Hey. Is that what you say? I think that Fonzie said that. Yes. But that's right. I remember this. It's part of the history I'm learning now. Operators and Fonzie and things. Yes. Yes. This is the era I'm looking at right now, so I can relate to that past in your Fonzie. Yes, go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I had several questions. First off, I was wondering if I've been to the colonies yet.
No, you are scheduled to go, but you have not gone yet.
Okay. And
But you will be there soon, in July for sure. No problem.
awesome, thank you. And I had a really interesting dream recently.
Dreams, love it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly it means, but I'll describe it quickly here. But basically, I was driving down the highway, and in the distance, in the sky, I saw some UFO lights, white lights, popping in and out. And then next to them, I saw huge sphere-like UFOs, and they started brightening up too. And then I looked down, and there was a traffic stop, and I pulled over, and I saw a bunch of people in white suits being taken from some sort of caravan onto a train, and they were being escorted by security. And I ran through the crowd, and I ran up to a guard and asked, like, what's going on? And he said that one of the ships they were on has been destroyed, and they were being moved or transported. And so yeah, and I understood it to be human colonists of some kind. I don't know if it's our colony or some other colony, but yeah, I was curious the meaning of that dream.
Yes. Oh, also you are one that is looking for first contact. However, those in white were Lightworkers. They were in white because of their purity, love, and angelic surroundings and things of that nature. They were very positive beings. Some of them were humans, some of them were not, but they were being transferred because some of the ways that they were traveling and some of the places in the colonies that they were going, they cannot go anymore, and this is very sad, but it is something that has happened within the colonies. There was a little bit of sabotage, but it will be repaired. But these are light workers moving to a different area to continue their studies. And the lights that you saw in the distance were those that you would love to become a part of in your future endeavors. You know about the orbs and you know about the bright ships, and therefore they are just wishes within your mind to become part of the collective of the galaxy, which, will be so wonderful when that happens. We are so looking forward to that in such a short period of time. Within 200 years, your planet will be part of the galaxy and part of all the things that we are part of.
200 years? That's a long time.
Not for us. I'm sorry. 200 years is a very small piece of time, though, really. Even in humanity's likeness, it's still very small. But
just in the sense that we don't get to experience it.
I am sorry about that. Maybe in the after over so you will be able to come back to it and experience it as well. But it is not long from now.
Awesome. Thank you, Lakesh. I'll pass the mic. So much love.
And first contact also will be a time of experiencing the galaxy, but it will not be an entering as part of the political force of the galaxy. But within 200 years, yes. But first contact, no. Alrighty.
Brian?
Hello. Greetings, Lakesh. How are you, my friend?
Brian, how are you?
Good, good. Man, there's so much to talk about. I'll make it short. What's going on with Girk Fitneer? I've heard other species are close to joining.
One species has joined. The Fendorians are now part of Girk Fitneer. There are two other species that are wanting to join, but they are not yet a part of them. But Fendorians are now part of Girk Fitneer, and they are now going to be able to share their DNA in a much better way within the next week or so. So that is a good thing. They have been now part of Girk Fitneer for at least 3 weeks.
That's wonderful. Is there any other species that you may comment or even give us a hint that may be joining soon?
Well, you see, the problem with telling you what the other species are is if they are not accepted, that would be a very big disappointment for them.
Okay.
To have it announced that they were not accepted. So, in order for Girk Fitneer to keep protocols as proper as they can be, you would not want to say someone that is still on the border
Okay.
and then perhaps not being accepted. However, I believe they will be accepted, but it is just not proper to say who they are until they are.
Okay. And one last question. With these other these other races coming into to being a part of Girk Fitneer, is there other races out there that are still lined up? I mean, is it just these races, or are there actually more in the horizon?
That is a very, very good question. And the answer is yes and no. There are those that are on the edge of wanting to join, but they have some major difficulties with the way some things that Girk Fitneer does and how that it is run.
Right.
And so this keeps them on the edge and not applying for membership. But they do have many things in common with Girk Fitneer, and so they are in some form of alliance, but not actually aligned. And that is the same with the Federation of Lightworkers, as they are aligned, but they have many different beliefs on how things should be done and how things should come about, if you will, even. They have their perception of the way it should be, and sometimes the perception of the way it should be with some is not the perception of how it is, but you understand that.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lakesh. I'll pass it. Much love.
Much love to you.
Hello, Lakesh.
Thank
you, Sabrina.
Hello, Guru Dan.
Steven.
Steven, you have a beard now.
Yeah, it's growing out. How are you?
I am fine. My eyes, these eyes that I'm using right now are not very well focused, so forgive me.
That's all right. Thank you. Much love. I was just wondering, I wanted to attempt to channel you, if you can, one of these days or in now moments, attempt to channel through me, full body. And any messages for me, thank you.
Yes, if you accept me, I can come in.
Yes, I do.
Yes, if you can accept me, I can come in. Not right this moment, but I can come in. But we will work together. I want to come in through many others. I would like to experience the differences between human thoughts and human activities and what different humans think and do. And so when I come into, say, this particular body of Jim, I know this body very well now. I know exactly how to move in and what he feels and who he is and what kind of things he is participating in and his thought processes. But I do not know that about everyone. Everyone thinks differently and has different thought processes and different activities. And some surprise me and some do not. But it is something that I do want to learn, and that is part of my training as well. So I will come through you and touch, and we will have a nice conversation, perhaps.
All right, thank you.
Take care for you.
Thank you.
Oops, you say that wrong.
Sean?
Hello, Lakesh, my brother from another mother. I love you.
Hello, it's Sean. Shiny,
Yeah.
hi.
Hi, I'm absolutely fantastic. I actually just want to say that I just send you so much love. I don't really have any questions. I just want to send my love and thank you for coming here. And I love you in so many ways, just more than what humans say love. I love you in many other different ways too.
Yes.
So I just want you to know that and say hello to all my Pleiadian brothers out there and say hello to everyone at Girk Fitneer. I love them so much and I love you so much.
They want to speak to you soon as well. It has been busy around, but you are to be talking with 𝗖𝗡𝗧𝗏 again soon.
Okay.
There needs to be more of an update at this time.
Okay, well, I passed the mic because I just want to say I love you all so much. And I
There is
just,
someone else here. I'm going to go for now. Someone else is pushing through saying they've got to be here. There's got to be here, and they do not have much time, but they want to be here, so I will say namaste. Much love to you all.
Namaste, Lakesh.
namaste.
Good being here, happy.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sorry already.
Yay, Grindal.
No, I'm sorry. I blocked some Federation of Light person.
Oh, Grindal.
Well, I had to come through. Somebody called me, so you know I have to be dependable. If anything, I'm dependable. You know.
I called you, Grindal.
We know.
Thank you. I like to be here. I like to see everybody. Well,
It's Brian. Much love or much strength.
So, but anyway, yeah, you guys are doing well. I'm impressed by the way you're welcoming people in. That's really nice. There's so many good spirits coming in right now. It's just a beautiful thing. So, but if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Okay, I have a question from Liney.
Liney, how's it doing? Yeah, go ahead.
She says that last night she felt some energy on the left leg, and also Roy felt it around his leg around the same time.
Yeah.
And she wanted to know what it was.
Yeah, well, it is a certain kind of energy that comes to the left side. Yes. It's heart generated, but it moves down the body. And let me explain why. Because it's trying to ground a little bit better, and you and Rowie needed that grounding a little bit better at that moment, and so it just takes it on itself to do that sometimes. So, but it moves down the left side because it's a heart chakra motivation thing, and you were like feeling pretty good, and yeah, that's all I can really explain about it. But what happened is that you both were conscious of it at the same time. It actually happened to at least 100 or 200 people at the same time.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of people.
It is part of what's happening in the universe with your sun. Many solar flares this last week, and storms and brightnesses, and much energy going into the Earth. But did you notice that your televisions and things have not been very much interfered with, because the Venusians have been trying to block that portion of the energy that's problematic. So they're helping you out with that so that your phones and all that stuff will still work. Because it was a major event for the sun.
Give us more updates of what's going on. Exopolitics, space.
Oh, politically in the universe?
Battles, yeah.
Oh God, where do I start?
Anywhere.
Jeez. Well, of course you know about Girk Fitneer getting new people in there, yeah. We actually are considering applying, but there's a couple things we have a problem with. So, but we thought about it. Yeah, all right. But anyway, gee, I don't even know where to start on that one. There are
Yes.
some reptilians.
Yes, the new members joining. Yes, Grindal.
I'm not allowed to say that.
Okay. But just but things are moving forward at a halfway decent pace.
Yeah.
How many members are, like, how many species are there in Girk Fitneer?
6.
Wow.
Okay.
It's only longer.
Now, who decides the protocols for Girk Fitneer?
Water first.
Here. There.
Water first.
More?
I just said it here.
All right. There.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, what was the question?
In terms of the protocol from Girk Fitneers,
Yeah.
there seem to be a lot of protocols there. Who decides the protocols for Girk Fitneer?
The Arcturians made the protocols, and they were agreed upon by all the people, all the species in Girk Fitneer. They were amended, of course, several times, but right now they have been the same for the last, I don't know 4 years. Yeah.
And what is happening with the site-to-site? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Not a damn thing's happening with site to site.
Yeah, well, I think Jim needs more water.
Yeah, well, they're trying to do the holographic thing, which might work pretty well. I'm not sure, but anyhow, that meeting's not till July something. They postponed it twice now.
Gwen, aren't there a lot of...
Can you tell us why?
Why? Because humans are busy. At least that's what they say. Yeah, they said, oh, we're too busy this time. Oh, we have to have this conference with whoever. So they postpone them until more people can come all at once. So what was the question?
I was going to say, aren't there many biospheres outside the human colonies that are wanting contact?
Yes, many.
Communication? This is what I thought.
Many.
Yeah, so there's quite a bit going on.
Yeah, there is a lot going on out there, and that I could. One of the big news items is there's a faction of insectoids, reptilians, and Zeta Greys who are working together against enlightenment that are now changing their path
Tell us about it.
because the realization came to them that what humanity is going to provide will help them more than some of the other species. So therefore, they're deciding whether they should actually change their course of action. And this has been much discussion in the solar system, let's put it that way, because many species in the solar system are wondering about their intentions. Are they seriously trying to change, or are they trying to infiltrate what good things are happening now? Because so many things are happening that are good, and it seems to be that they're at this strategic time changing their mind. And so that is the biggest news in the universe at this point.
Grindal, that is wonderful. That is so wonderful. I know Ivan brings through some of the reptilian energies and others that would help benefit this world and their own. It's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, but they're not sure they believe them yet. It's too new. The thought process is too new. Within the last 6 weeks, it was starting to be let go that some of these insectoids were the first to say it, which that's what caused a lot of the suspicion is insectoids were probably the most adamant against enlightenment, and they come out first to say from that group that they may have been wrong about it. And so the Zeta Greys and Reptilians that were with them also said that they were interested in looking into a change. So this was very interesting and very suspicious.
Yeah, you guys would be more inclined to see their energies and see if, through telepathy than we would.
Yeah, some of those guys did some really crappy stuff, so.
Yeah. Well, thank you at least for those insights.
Yeah, so I'm not. See, you can't tell me that quickly, so it's just the way I am. Prove it, sons of bitches. I mean, prove it. That's what I mean. So, yeah, I don't believe him yet.
Grindal, Jaguar has said that if that's the question here. Where is Jagger's question? Oh, if your species would need an amendment in order to join Girk Fitneer.
Yeah, we would. We'd need an amendment, a tail amendment. No, no, we'd need an amendment for sure. And that amendment would be about how we are, how our culture would fit with their cultures, because we would be a little bit rough on them at first, I think. So it'd have to be like you would have to excuse us for the first 700 years. No, not quite that long, but excuse us for the first, until we get used to your namby-pamby nature.
Yeah, but I think you will make an awesome ambassador for your species.
Oh, thanks. That's nice to hear.
I second that, Sabrina.
Yeah. You guys. It's only because you know my gentle heart.
Yes, we nominate
we honor you because you honor us, and you're bringing us insight so we can understand ourselves a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Somebody asked a question here I'm going to answer. They asked what species are in Girk Fitneer right now. And so it's Arcturians, it's the Fendorians, the Pleiadians, the Yahyel, the Lyrans, that's 5. And friendly Reptilians. Yeah, forget about them. They've really blended in.
Why aren't you in the friendly reptilian group?
Well, we're not considered friendly. We're considered neutral reptilians. There's difference between friendly reptilians and neutral reptilians. We're just sort of, here. We don't go, hi, how are you? What's going on? We're not that way. So, but the friendly reptilians are more like that. Yeah.
So what's the name of your race?
Yeah. I gotta stop smoking. Wait a minute. We never said the name of our race. I don't think.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Yeah. They call us Zespods. Boys
Is it part of the draconian race?
It's not, no, but we do have some ancestors in the Draconians, yeah. Yeah, the Orion Belt, definitely. Yep. That's where we are. Yeah. Well, you ask a lot of personal questions. But the name of our planet is Zelasanda.
Thank you.
I have to go. This body is wearing out from me.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
So, all right. Much love to you all. Don't tell anybody I said that.
Much love to you, Grindal.
Thanks, Grindal.
Yeah, all right. Take care. Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
And I'll talk to some of you later. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh.
And
Thanks.
And to the member of the Federation of Light, we would love to speak with you next time.
Sorry, Federation. Oh. What was his name? Sulu?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Solasa. Something like that, yeah.
Salusa, yes.
That's it. Salusa. Yeah, I couldn't remember it. Alrighty then.
Thank you for coming.
Alright. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Happy travels.
Yeah.
Kia hatwane mahutu kwa ha.
Okie dokie.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, how are you? Did I lose my ears?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
Thank you, Jim. You did awesome.
Oh, thank you.
How are you?
I'm okay. Oh, well, I'm hungry. I'm very hungry right now. And I didn't eat any breakfast. I only had a cup of coffee.
Time to eat.
Yeah, so he was like feeling my stomach growling. My stomach was going.
He said he had stopped smoking.
Oh, really? He smokes?
All right, Jim, should we do the blessings so that we can...
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Do your blessings.
Okay, I'll do the blessing.
Is there anybody else that wants a blessing also? To do a blessing? I know last week they knocked some off, but if anybody wants to do a blessing this week, we're fine.
Anybody? Okay, I'll start. Takanana kutu si Hucolo kanio koro koala katanana ko koro kanio kolokoto sakio londari ki alu nakio tokoto saniki a suotuaka loluka no akataki tikiti ki yosokoloto nari kalio totontoka soro no kolowa nari okosa Nioro alanasa, alio konono, soru kotontu kali, enio kara tanto to kolokoto, ano asakata, iyuku ali, naki otoko, osu noru alakatio kota, nolu katio sononono, ololu na kuto no aka, ikiu kotono, kutoku kwa, anoru aka yuku. No kuakatakati I kuataka no solo ono kutukua.
We stream light and information to you constantly and consistently, and we hope that you will be able to join understandings with all those who are working for the same purpose. There are differences and there are samenesses, but they must all unite for it to be a powerful movement. The fire has been lit, and yes, it moves forward, and we are ascending. But the time has come when thought processes must bend to understand that there are greater things than just your opinion, that the perspectives that are being held must come together and form a great light. And so let us come together with you in information, love, and light, wisdom, and movement forward, that you all see the way to move in the most positive way, because there is always one best way to do something. Always one best way. and that way will come to you all.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all that came. And I want to thank all the members, those with Jim and those that participated over here on the web, for coming and for asking such great questions, and for putting yourselves out there. So, because it's not just your question, others benefit from those questions. So I wanted to put that out there, so not be afraid to ask personal questions, because we all go through similar things. So I think in one way or another we can all learn from each other as these questions are asked. And I will pass the mic to Jag now.
𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧. May all of our understanding and presence be the vehicle that is necessary for the evolution of our species and the connection to our galactic family. Thank you to all.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim, and everybody there. Hello and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. And please don't forget.
Thank you so much.
To donate to humancolony.org. You know, all these donations go towards equipment, Jim, and Max. So, and the website, of course, for the maintenance of the website.
One thing about that is that there will probably be a necessity for us to move out of this place because too many people are coming every week, and it's going to start growing again. It goes up and down and up and down, and we had as many as 11 people here in the room at one time, and that's too many. So we will need some financial help to find another place and get the things that we need for that place, such as Wi-Fi, and we don't know what we need yet because we're still looking at it. So, but we have some offers. Helga has offered her place, and we're looking into that, and we love you very much, and we want it to be comfortable for everybody that comes here too. It gets a little stuffy and crowded in here, even with the fans on and stuff and the air conditioner, but we love you very much, and I hope to see you soon. So much love, namaste, and take care. If you have any suggestions about where we should go, if you're in the area, maybe if you want to know where we are, let us know, because I think that we've outgrown this space. So much love to you.
Yeah. Too bad you're far from my house, because I would offer it. And it's definitely room here. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye. Have a great day.